Top 10 financial rules for individuals you won't learn in school. What financial topics did you study in college? Credit, investing, financial management, or did you only enroll in the courses you need to pass the graduation requirements? As with calculus and astronomy, these classes were generally considered to be pointless. I've been out of college for a while now, and the more information I've learned, the more disappointed I am with the information that was incorporated into my studies. We're told by the outside world to go and get an education and get a job and everything will be fine, but regrettably, it's not that easy. You need to understand money much better than what you learned in school if you want to succeed in the world. All success stories are built on foundations of personal finance. Our team is here to spare you the stress of having to learn them from your errors. So, let's get started. Number 10. Purchasing your first home, you have likely heard the proverb, you must set aside up to 20% of the purchase price as a down payment if you want to purchase a home. If not, you will be required to pay private mortgage insurance, which could seriously damage your finances. Even though increased mortgage payments may be painful, the truth is that there is a trade-off in terms of money between paying more now and delaying saving for the 20% deposit could be beneficial. When we examine macroeconomic variables in the US over the previous 10 years, the increase in the cost of real estate has significantly increased while wage levels have remained constant. Therefore, starting to save 20% of the value of your home is unrealistic because it will only rise significantly over time. The guiding principles is that you must be able to save the money within 5 years. If you can, then go ahead and do it and make the purchase. However, it takes longer, the prices will rise and you'll be chasing a moving target. Number 9. Save all that money. You will learn in school to set aside at least 10% of your income, but let's be honest, this isn't enough to support oneself in retirement, unless of course you're making millions of dollars. A respectable savings rate for the majority of us who receive regular pay will be around 25 to 40%. Note that 10% is completely useless, as it could act as a good base to start off. Reduce your expenses and pointless costs to save more money. Put that money into the stock market or invest in less risky assets rather than spending it on that morning cup of coffee. Number 8. An emergency fund. Chances are you were not taught what an emergency fund is in school. You are fortunate to have us teaching you about it though. According to the recent data, up to 40% of Americans lack the resources to deal with an emergency of $400. This worrying statistic only demonstrates how people disregard the significance of a reserve amount. What if your job was lost tomorrow? Would you have enough cash on hand to pay for everything? The golden rule is to have 6 months worth of expenses saved up, but we recommend that the more you can make, the better. Number 7. Budgeting fundamentals. Although it's crucial in life, budgeting isn't covered in the classroom, unfortunately. Not knowing the fundamentals of budgeting while in school can put you at a disadvantage, especially after you move out immediately after graduating. Inability to manage finances and to distinguish between wants and needs will leave one enduring tons of hardship. Everybody should understand how to organize a lifestyle that is paid for by earned income. This includes knowing how to budget all expenses while still making sure there is enough money set aside for essentials like savings and groceries. Although budgeting is crucial, nobody actually enjoys tracking expenses. Instead of neglecting it, you can use a strategy we call tactical budgeting. Long-term planning and budgeting are required for this. You could, for instance, determine your monthly needs and include them in your budget over the next 6 months, and consider your wants relative to your needs. You can then divide the funds into various accounts from the created plan to ensure you keep your spending within your means. Number 6. Compound interest. This is the best kept secret. Time is the one thing that all young people have over everyone else. Although they might not immediately reach their financial objectives, they have an advantage when in relation to investing. All they have to do is take advantage of compound interest's powerful effect. Young people can save money by depositing small sums in an account that pays high interest rate and accumulate enormous wealth that will continue to grow over time. Here is a fantastic example to demonstrate the significance of compound interest. If you were given the choice between 2 options, the first would cost $3,000 and the second a penny with a daily value increase of 2, there is a good shot majority of people would choose option 1. The second option, however, would be worth $10 million after 30 days if you did the math. If that's not enough to persuade you to begin utilizing this fantastic opportunity chance to increase your wealth, I don't know what will. Number 5 is credit secrets. Most young people immediately max their credit cards once they open their first one. They are then forced to make significant payments towards a life of debt of interest rates, which can occasionally lead to late payments that could have a negative impact. The significance of credit scores in maintaining excellent credit is something that most people are unaware of, but if schools had paid more attention to training students on it, they would likely be aware of the secrets on this practical life skill. You should be aware of the following. One of the most crucial aspects of your financial situation as an adult is generally determined by your financial health. A good credit score makes it much simpler to buy a house, get a car, start a business. It's much simpler to reach future milestones by taking out a loan. The significance of credit cannot be disregarded any longer. Everyone must understand how to establish credit and maintain a good score at all times. Here are some suggestions on how to do this. First, get a credit card. Most people mistakenly believe getting a credit card is a mistake when, in reality, it is very crucial in raising your credit rating. I have a friend named Sam, so let me use him as an example. After graduating from college, he spent the majority of his early years delaying getting a credit card. It doesn't seem like a major issue, does it? But when he began looking for a house to purchase and a car, he was unable to obtain a loan since his credit statement hadn't been established. As you use your credit card, financial institutions keep a record of every action that you take. They'll grade you on your effectiveness and give you a score. Now, when you apply for a loan, your credit score will determine how much you can borrow as well as the interest rate. Secondly, make sure you're paying off your debt in full at the end of your payment's due date at a minimum. You don't want to hold active balances on your cards. A good reference point for spend should be roughly 30% of the total credit you have received. For example, if you are given $1,000 in credit, spend no more than $300 per statement. This will keep you in good standings and will lead to an increase in your credit score over time. Number 4 is insurance rules. If there are people depending on you financially, you need life insurance. This could be your children, wife, or parents. It is preferable to purchase a term rather than a life insurance policy because you can get coverage when a need arises. To save money, cancel the policy if no one is financially dependent on you any longer. Obtain insurance for your other assets as well. Your car, house, pricey possessions, and health are all included in this. Before selecting a company, take your time to compare rates and features. 3. Taxes. This is such a broad topic that is never discussed in school. If you want to be on the right side of the law, it's critical to comprehend how they operate. Learn how to before you receive your first salary or generate any revenue from your business so you can determine how much money you will have left over after taxes by calculating the tax rate. As a result, you'll be better able to assess whether a job offer will satisfy your financial needs and what your company's pricing strategy should be for its goods and services. Fortunately, there are many online calculators available that can handle the grunt work for you. They will display your gross pay, the amount of taxes due, and the balance of your account, also referred to as the take-home pay. For instance, a $35,000 annual salary in Manhattan, New York will leave you with approximately $26,399 after tax deductions. Number 2, protect your health. A hospital visit can cost thousands of dollars without insurance. What will happen if you can't afford your monthly health insurance premiums and you reach the hospital emergency room? You might have to take out loans to cover your medical expenses. Get a medical cover right away if you don't already have one. Additionally, maintaining good health can help save you a lot of money. This entails choosing the right foods, keeping a healthy weight, exercising frequently, and avoiding excessive consumption of alcohol and other addictive substances. Protect your health today if you don't want to regret it later. And finally, knowing that student loans aren't always necessary. Contrary to popular belief, a college degree does not necessarily require student loans. Actually, you can achieve the latter without one. 85% of recent graduates showed remorse to heavy school debts they incurred. They begin working toward immediately paying it off. These loans are not always required in order to pursue your degree. Some colleges, like Davidson College in Charlotte, assist students so they don't have to become indebted. Other institutions provide top-notch instructions at a much lower cost than private institutions. You could also work while you study, enroll in a less expensive program, or go to school part-time. But we're not advocating that everyone should aim for debt-free education, as it may be worthwhile for some circumstances. A few $1,000s will help you get started on a career path that will pay you well. That's all for us today. We hope you learned some new information that schools continue to withhold from students. If you're still here, you probably liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click the bell so you're notified for all our future videos. I'll see you in the following one. Cheers.